First of all, ladies and gentlemen, really, this is an amazing setting, and I'm really, really proud to be here. And I want to start by saying to Izar and Ilah that we all, I think, in this room, think about you. Think of how basically your personal sorrow and tragedy, you're turning it into something, restarting something new. And I think that your son, Ron, would have really not just appreciated that, but also gives a message to everyone in the state of Israel and the people of Israel. And thank you. Thank you for initiating it. Benny, thank you for organizing it. And Esther, thank you for really being on the front line on this. So thank you. I want to start by saying that there's something unique before we go into the essence of today that I don't think anyone in the world can understand. And that is that Israel's army is us. We are the army. It's our children. It's our sons and daughters, our parents. And the feeling of every family depends on the age of the son or daughter, that because of the different wars that we had, that every family at some stage, unfortunately, has to feel the sleepless nights of knowing that the son or daughter are in Gaza or somewhere else, the phone calls at night on things that are basically trivial things that create nearly heart attacks, where you think, is this a phone call that I don't really want to receive? And after saying all this, I am proud to represent this only democracy in the world, where on the 7th of October, when people heard what happened, and there were Israelis on the way to the Annapurna in Kathmandu, already halfway up the mountain. There were Israelis who were on the sand shores of India and Goa in South America. They were already after the army. When they heard what happened, everyone, and I mean everyone, returned back to protect the only nation state of the Jewish people. And it shows how strong and resilient the Israeli society is. And because of this, I think that we will be able to reinvent ourselves and come out of this catastrophe in a stronger and better shape. And that's why I will already give you my conclusion to today is invest in Israel now. Federal Minister Volker Wissing, my good friend, guys, you have to watch out with him. He speaks Hebrew, so no jokes here. Dear Mr. Yan, Izar, Ilah, dear guests, the last event you did was in London, so I will quote Henry VIII, who said to each and every one of his 6 wives, "Don't worry, it won't take long." Why is Israel? Why is Israel startup nation, innovation? Where does it come from? So former President Shimon Peres always used to say, You know, the biggest contribution of Jews to the world is dissatisfaction. Have you ever seen a satisfied Jew? No, 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 no. This is why we're innovative, creative. And he was right. And when you look at Israel's society and you see the undisciplined manner that begins in the Shabbat table where we sit in the family, and the fact that I had the family in parentheses has absolutely no bearing on my wife or my children, that speak out of turn, each and every one is absolutely convinced that he or she knows the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And when you go out and see this in kindergartens and schools and in the army, it gets worse. People talk out of turn. The fact that you are an ambassador or a CEO has absolutely no bearing if you cannot stand up and basically make a point on why you're better or you think better. And this undisciplined, unstructured, and when you come out to Israel and you go into a classroom, you think you need earplugs. But out of this undisciplined structure comes the best innovation. Why is this and not like that? What's the reason for it? And the fact that we're small allows people to talk to each other. So you have a doctor that basically speaks with a rocket scientist because they were together in the reserves, and they invent the pill cam that goes into your body. And the fact that you can, on a short distance, talk to many people, and in essence, without the formal time that it takes to reach top people, creates the ability to basically come out with innovative ideas, out of the box. And if you think of the Israeli military, in any military, this is the most disciplined organization. No, in Israel, we shout, we discuss, we argue until a decision is made. Then everyone basically stands behind that. But when you look at the innovation coming out also from the military side, and especially the ability to find solutions in times of crisis. So I don't know how many of you here in this room know that Israel, we landed on the moon approximately 4 or 5 years ago. We landed on the moon. The fact that it was a crash landing is something different. You know, we crashed, but we landed on the moon. And I'm absolutely convinced that in 2-3 years, we land on the moon, okay? So in the sense, this, support for failure, part of Israel's society. If you fail, say, Ingale, try again. The world will know what I know from birth, that my daughter or son are geniuses. Try again. Support for failure is absolutely crucial in a society. And this is what Israel is all about, support for failure. So you have many people in this room that will tell you that they will take someone who already failed because he has the experience of how not to fail again and already passed that stage. So in the sense, this is a unique society that when I talk about crisis, and I don't know where Ronnie Gamzo is. Where are you, Ronnie Gamzo, in this room? Here at the back. Ronnie, you're too small to be sitting in the back. But you're on my short list. Corona. Crisis. The world basically has to find solutions. Israel is on the front line of finding solutions, not just in the digital way, but also to vaccinate, showing, again, Israel's ability to also vaccinate people that come from different backgrounds. We have a real problem vaccinating, at least, with ultra-Orthodox societies and Arab societies. Each and every one has a certain way of thinking. Some think that the Almighty will basically find the solution. Others think that this is a way for Israel to monitor what they're doing. And we find solutions in order to give answers to that. And if I may say, help the world, especially in a time where you really begin to deal with something with zero prior knowledge on how you solve a problem. And here, everything that I'm saying comes to bear. Yes, we have challenges now after the 7th of October, especially on the economic side. And I'll address the elephant in the room, and that is Moody's last report. But as you know me, I do my homework, so I will try and focus on the half-full part of the glass of what Moody's wrote. And the agency emphasized, and I'm quoting, that Israel's macroeconomic and monetary policy frameworks are strong. The agency notes that Israel's economy robustness, which is reflected in the rapid recovery from the initial shock of the war, and the rapid recovery demonstrated in recent months were also reflected in the recovery and stability of the financial markets. And it goes on and basically saying that the GDP ratio should peak at 67%, and is then expected to decline gradually, and we've seen that also in the past. So I'm not saying I'm addressing the elephant in the room that we don't have a problem, but we've showed in the past that we can come out of that in a different way. Israel and Germany, and this is why we're here. Wow, a lot of things that are compatible. Compatible with an amazing German economy, with we have a representative of the Mittelstand here, and it's really amazing that I want to give you the statistics on the Mittelstand, which Jan knows much better than I do, what we are talking about. We are talking about what's it here? The amount of companies here in the Mittelstand in Germany that are family-owned, that present, and I was surprised that they organized it for me, 94% of Germany's economy is absolutely crucial, and this is, spread all over Germany. There's a lot of compatibility between this big German economy and Israel's innovation, and if we work together on this, I think all sides would benefit from it. Here are this is the backbone of German economy and the home of more than 1,000 hidden champions in various sectors and verticals. They are leading more than, the Mittelstand companies of Germany are leading more than 51% of the industrial companies in Germany, and their share out of all companies in Germany is standing on more than 94%, which are estimated in more than 3 million companies in Germany only. These companies, who are often family-owned, are considered as the driver of innovation and technology in Germany, and they're open for foreign innovation today more than ever before. So I'd really like to take this opportunity for you to connect with those companies in the Mittelstand. And I'd like to end by thinking that we all have to think in an innovative way. And it reminds me of the story of two friends One had a Labrador, and the other had a Chihuahua. Both, good people that wanted to eat in a restaurant that doesn't allow dogs in. So the guy with the Labrador tells the guy with the Chihuahua, watch me, goes into the restaurant and says, I'd like to eat here. The waiter says, we don't allow dogs. He says, this is my INC dog for blind people. He said, I'm sorry, please sit down. The guy with the Chihuahua follows. I'd like to eat here. The waiter says, we don't allow dogs. He says, this is my INC dog. The waiter says to him, Chihuahua is your INC dog? He looks him in the eye and says, what, they gave me a Chihuahua? So even under pressure, you have to be innovative. Thank you very, very much. I wish you all the very best. Toda.